let's see, more or less centered.
Yeah, maybe like a bit this way, right?
Okay.
Or like, yeah.
Good. Let's get comfy, we're just hanging out.
I know I'm like kind of like,
Yeah, yeah. It's all right. It's one of those things that if you do it a lot, it gets more comfortable.
yeah.
And this is a super low pressure situation. Yeah. Not trying to be nominated for any Emmys or anything. But Carisela, thanks for coming and giving me some of your time. So give me some background about you.
So I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I lived there like all of my life. Well, I say I'm from Dallas, but I'm from McKinney. It's like right next to Frisco, if you know like the area. Okay. But I lived there all my life, and all of my family lives there in Texas. My parents grew up in Brownsville, so like right at the like kind of tip of Texas, and then I have some family that in San Antonio, in Austin. So all of my family's there in Texas, and after high school, I kind of wanted to leave, do something a little different, and move. I ended up going to the U of O in Oregon, and it's been really cool. I've been there the last 4 years, and right now I'm in Costa Rica as part of my, education track for a education program, and then internship at the end. That's the part I'm in right now. But yeah, so I'm from Texas, and I moved to Oregon for school, and now I'm looking to move again. I just graduated. And so once I move back, I'm hoping to get a job, and if that takes a while, move to Arizona and get a job. Yeah.
Good. Cool. So what have you been studying? What are you graduated? What was your major?
I was a business major, and at the U of O they have like concentrations. So my concentration was business analytic. Whoa, I'm blanking right now. Operations and business analytics. Sorry. So just business administration with a concentration in operations and business analytics, and then a minor in global studies.
Okay, very good. And so was it a pretty good 4 years? Was it 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 4 years. I think it went pretty well, I would say. I think now, like, especially at the end of it, and on this program, I'm with a lot of, like, younger, like, some of the students I'm with are younger in their, like, my roommate, she's going into her junior year, and one of the other girls that was living with us actually just finished her freshman year. So that was crazy for me, because just, I guess, interacting in the classroom and outside of the classroom, too, with, like, kids that are at a different point in their, like, learning journey, because, like, I probably didn't really get, like, I don't want to say as serious, but like maybe I didn't commit to school as much and like get as involved, I think is like really what I'm trying to say, until like probably my junior and senior year. And it's also been really cool to interact with some of the younger people that like are a little more ambitious than me and see like what that's like, kids that are, because now that I'm finishing, I kind of like, I'm looking back on it all, and I would say that just like the first few years I kind of prioritized like just work for like no reason. Like I wasn't really struggling for money, or, you know, it was just kind of wanting to, I think, like fill my time, and I didn't make friends right away. So it's nice to like, I've always been good at work. And so it's nice to kind of like always have somewhere. I work in a retirement home as well. So like that's a little community. And I think I've really gravitated towards that, as opposed to getting involved with like clubs and like, you know, trying everything that campus had to offer, especially at a school like the University of Oregon. Like there's so many different things that you can do. And so now looking back, I'm like, oh, wow, like I kind of wish that I had taken advantage of some of those things a little bit more. And then being on this program with some of the younger students, like kind of getting to see both types, like people that were like me and are kind of like, it's going to click for them a little later and like get more engaged in the, I guess, just like school and being a student, but then also students that like are really going full out and like, I don't know, like from like the roommate I was talking about, the freshman, she's done so much already. And she has been doing like so much. She was talking about the research that she was doing in high school. And I was like, wow, like it's so cool to be surrounded by like so many different people, and kind of, it makes me reflect a lot on like what I could have done, but also what I still can do, and like how much there is to just like learn, I think, about everything. Like, yeah.
And are you tempted at all to say to those super ambitious kind of lower classmen or underclassmen, slow down, kind of enjoy it a little bit? Or do you think, and maybe this is different because, you know, I went to college a while ago, and I think the expectations, there were still expectations. Expectations were high. You needed to be involved, but you didn't need to be this like raw, like super ambitious person. Is that, what do you think about college now? Is that an expectation to be highly ambitious, or is there some type of mindset, well, this is a time to enjoy. You're young. This 4 years goes by really fast, and you should enjoy it before the real world hits you.
I think it depends. I mean, I think it's going to depend also what type of like person you are, because like I think I've noticed too on like this trip, my other roommate, she's a really like chill person. She's able to roll with the punches a little bit. Like right now, me trying to like enter the job market, like I'm super anxiety ridden all the time. And so, and I focus on one thing at a time. So like after graduation, now it's like job, but that's such a huge like thing for me. And I'm like, I don't even know it's like all too much. You know what I mean? But there's people like her that are kind of more like, like, I don't know, it'll be fine. Like I'll figure it out once I get there. I'll get the job. Like we've kind of been chatting. It's like, to answer the question, I think it depends on like what type of person you are. And also I think that I would say yes, like enjoy the time. But if you're getting engaged and being present in the moment of like being a student and all the opportunity around you, you're gonna enjoy it and have fun. And I think that's like how you make friends that are also involved in things that you actually want to do beyond just like the stuff that you're doing outside of classes and on the weekends, but also like some of the experiential stuff, I guess.
Yeah. And do you have any ideas about what you want to happen next, or what kind of job you might pursue or be interested in having?
So it's kind of interesting. I feel like so many jobs are going remote right now. And I was in high school when COVID happened and everything went remote, and like that was kind of my experience with it. So I was like, I can't do remote learning or remote work. Like it doesn't work for me. It's too easy to like walk away from it. And then in college, I did a few summer courses online, and I was like, okay, like I can like manage myself a little better now. I have like but I'm still kind of wondering if like I could do that like 40 hours a week. You know, it's still, like remote work is still work. You're not just at home doing nothing. And that's like a lot of like what I feel like online kind of like can portray it to be sometimes. They're like, like I do this with my day, And yeah, so I'm not exactly sure, I would say, because I think that there's a lot of things right now that I can see myself doing. And yeah, I don't think I know enough about maybe like what it's actually like in the day-to-day roles. Because even as some of the like jobs that I anticipated myself like being interested in, I read like the job description, like the what you'll be doing, and I'm like, oh really? Like that's what I'll be doing. Okay. So I don't know, but especially like starting out, you can't be super picky, and so some of that is kind of like also hitting me, and I'm like in an in-between place of like, I need to be confident in my ability to get a job that doesn't have me doing something I don't want to say hate, but like don't am not in any way, I guess, like interested in. I'm not entirely sure, but versus, you know, you just need to get something and start out, like start making money, and you don't get to be too picky about it.
Yeah.
And I've always said that I really think that I will learn doing anything and I'll gain experience in any job. But like now, it's easy to say that, but now that I'm looking at like all the applications and like what employers are looking for, it's kind of hard to just be like, oh, well, I can, you know, make this experience what the employers want to see for like the next role. I guess like I'm a little, worried about like almost choosing the wrong thing and like wasting time, even though I know that, like I just said, I'm learning from everything. So it's like internally I have some like, something's not aligning there. Like I believe two things almost, but I think it's just like the doubt of the moment now. So I would say not entirely. I think I'm going to figure it out a little bit as I go. I am looking right now for like, well, anything that's like entry level into product management or like business analyst. Mm-hmm. So I do like figuring out how to create something that can solve problems, but a little less on like the technical end. So I've taken kind of like intro coding classes on different platforms, and I think it's a lot of fun, but I know that there's people that have been doing that for like a really long time and are super skilled at it already. And I'm like, while I could go that route, I think I am more kind of interested in like the kind of dealing with like clients and figuring out like what do you want out of the solution, and then communicating like with people that are building the actual solution, doing the technical stuff and creating it. So kind of being that like bridge between clients and developers is kind of what I see myself hopefully doing. Right. But, you know, I don't have the skill set right now to do that at all. So I'm like, we'll see how I get there. Yeah.
And as someone who is a couple decades plus older than you, you know, I've had maybe some of those similar concerns in you know, wanting to kind of, you know, put things in a certain order that made sense. And then you can do that to a degree, but then things happen like an economic crash or an worldwide pandemic. And then you just need a job, or, you know, and then amazingly, unexpectedly, something kind of amazing kind of pops up one day soon, or in 5 years, or in 10 years, or in 15. And then that's when it's like, oh, so everything else was kind of just like a holding place for me to get. And while you're in those holding places, you're learning, you're getting experience. So nothing goes to waste. So
I think that's the thing, is just having the patience. Like I feel like I always like get an idea of what I kind of want to do, and then like I want to experience it then, so I can know if it's what I really want to do or not. And it's realistically, that's like just, you know, it's never going to work. Like you have to, I always say this, like I never want to do the hard work. I always just want to like dream about it. But you know, it's like I'm getting to that point of like having to do I was talking to my mom the other day and I was like, so like how does like time off work with full-time jobs? Like can you just like request like unlimited like non-paid time off? Like is that allowed? And we kind of had a, you know, that conversation of like how like real jobs work and all that. So it's like I know I'm gonna have to be patient, but I think like especially coming out of like school, you like want to be ambitious, and you are ambitious and you have all these things you want to do, so you want to start like doing them, and like not being able to kind of get that opportunity right away can be a little bit of like a punch in the gut. But I think most people I think experience it. And I was listening to a podcast today actually that was like, for every 100 applications that you do, it should be like 4 interviews. At that point, if you've reached 100 applications and don't get 1 interview, then you know there's something wrong with your resume. But until then, like you can't. And I was like, wow, that's great. And they were like, that's just like the state of the market that we're in right now. Yeah. Which it like, sometimes it makes me feel a little better to hear, because I'm like, okay, like I'm still in it, you know what I mean? Like I haven't hit 100 applications yet, but it also can be like dooming on the other end sometimes. So, and all of the like kind of the keynote speakers that we've had at school, they always kind of say the same thing, that like you never like you have your idea of the way it's gonna go, and it like you could never imagine like 10 years later the way it went, because like just things happen. So I think I'll be interested to see, but it's like now in this time, like kind of trying to keep all those things in mind of like, oh, kind of have a plan of what you want to do, but it probably won't go that way at all. So like, don't get too stuck on the plan, but then, yeah. So.
Yeah. Have a direction. Don't be surprised if you step off the path.
Yeah.
You know, it's normal. It's totally normal. And then like when you look back on it, you're like, oh, that kind of, now it makes sense and things kind of fit together. Or you're sometime down the line, you're like, oh, now I can pull on that experience that I had.
Yeah.
Either the experience that I had or the knowledge that I gained from it, to be like, okay, so because I did this is what I think we should do here, or you know, it ends up, there are connections that happen, and it takes way too long most of the time for the connections to connect, but they usually eventually do. So I'm curious about your experience here. Mm-hmm. Tell me, when did you arrive? How long have you been here?
Okay, so I think I'm like the worst person to ask, because literally like I thought actually that the program ended like 5 days after it actually does. Like my mom was coming to visit me after and everything. We had the like dates lined up based on what I had told her. Incorrect. But I think we got here on like, July.
Here being San Jose, Costa Rica, by the way, if we didn't say that before. Okay.
San Jose, well, yes. So I think we got here Okay, actually, sorry. I'm going to have to work backwards, because we leave August 23rd, and the internship was 4 weeks, and it started like beginning of August, and then school was 4 weeks. So I want to say we got here like beginning of July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think we actually left maybe June 27. Okay. That sounds about right. June 28th is when I got here.
Got it.
Yes.
And so how was the program structured? How was it described to you as what you would do and everything?
So it was a sustainable business in Costa Rica program, and they said that you would take like 2 weeks of a Spanish class, and then 2 weeks of a sustainable business course, and then it was optional to add 4 weeks of an internship. So some of the students left after 4 weeks, just the classes, and then about half of us stayed for an internship. And the internship, they said it could be like placement with like public, private, corporate, kind of just, all different sorts of environments. And you sent like an application based on your interests, and they placed you with a company. We didn't know what company we got before we actually came here. We're supposed to know, but it didn't end up happening, which was fine. It worked out for us. I like the company that we're at a lot. I know that because there's another program that's running alongside ours. We got here as like one big group, but there's about 23 of us that did the 2 weeks of Spanish courses and then 2 weeks of sustainability. And then there's like 3 that did just 8 weeks full internship. And and we've been doing like the excursions together. And so they're still like in our cohort, but they're kind of doing a different thing. And then the rest had left already.
Okay. I'm curious about the excursions. What kind of excursions did you take?
So honestly, because I had mentioned, my mom and my boyfriend are coming, and I'm looking at a lot of like the tours of like in like La Fortuna and like some of the touristy like areas. And it's a lot of what you would do like on a kind of like tourist tour. Like they had us do like a traditional dancing class, a Latin dancing class, a cooking class where we got to learn how to make like gallo pinto, the little yuca, like kind of pancake almost. And then we got the little like, I don't remember the name, but it's like a snow cone with the like powdered milk.
Name's escaping me, but yeah.
And then let's see what else. We went to on a coffee roastery tour, and they told us all about like the coffee production. And then we did Cibo chocolate.
What chocolate?
Cibo chocolate. They're like a chocolate company here. That one was really cool. That one was one of my favorites. They had really great chocolate. And
was it a store or?
Yeah, it was like okay. So I think that they used to have like a cafe there, but then they had to shut it down because of COVID. But there's a new cafe running out of there, and then they sell chocolate in the store there too. But
where was it located?
It was like close.
In the San Jose area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say it's by San Isidro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
So, but it was really good. But yeah, and the guy that spoke was just like really like passionate, and he really like got you with what he was saying. You know, like he made you into it, I guess. And like he was telling us all these like facts about chocolate back in the day, how it came to be here today, everything. I was like, wow, it was really cool. And then the chocolate was great. But, and then we went to the Toucan Rescue Ranch, and that's where we got to see like sloths and toucans, jaguarundis. And actually two of the Devin is doing her internship there with the old roommate, Claire, the freshman. So, yeah. But yeah, and then we went to La Fortuna and Manuel Antonio as well. So we kind of hit like a lot of what big tours offer.
I think you've done more in the few weeks you've been here than the 8 years.
Well, and that's not even on the weekends. On the weekends, like me and like the rest of the group, some in different groups. Like I know this last weekend, some of them went to Tortuguero, and then some of them went to Panama to Bocos del Toro.
Yeah.
And then we stayed in Heredia for Mother's Day, and we did that that was really cool. Our family actually, like, we were eating dinner, and then all of a sudden, like, we hear like music coming from the street, and our Mama Tika's like, come, and we run out there, and it's their entire family, her mom is a mom, or our Mama Tika is a kid of 10, there's 10 children.
Oh my God.
And so like all of the nephews and the nieces are out there like singing with kitchen instruments, and we end up going out until 1 a.m, door to door to all of the moms of like the 10 siblings, and like serenading them with like Mother's Day songs.
Awesome.
And we had no idea that it was like happening. Like they got there and they were getting ready to leave the next like person's house. And she's like, quick. She hands us these tumblers and like pours our drinks in them really fast. She's like, we have to go, Jose, let's get in the car. Like, yeah, it was perfect. It was so good. But we went to Puerto Viejo the other weekend, and that was it actually ended up, we got a flash flood while we were there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, and our hostel, like, it ended up flooding a little bit, and because it was kind of sunken in for some reason. And so like to walk out, it was like knee deep water, like, and in the street. Like it was bad.
Wow.
It was pretty bad.
Because there was like a big rainstorm, and the storm really badly.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like one morning, I actually, because I guess in Puerto Viejo, like they have all the little beaches nearby. So they say it's like easy to kind of like bike between them, and they have a whole bunch of bike rental places. And so I was like having a cute little morning. I'm like, I'm going to go get my coffee. I'm going to I put my journal in my bag. I was like, I'm going to have some me time. And I go and rent a bike. It's so cute. It's like pink and like has little stickers on it. I'm like, yes. And then it starts raining. And for a minute, I'm like, oh wait, this is like so like freeing. Like I'm like having a little, I had a moment. And then it starts really coming down. And I'm like, okay, like I should go put my bag back so it doesn't get soaked, because we're going on the bus later. And then my journal's in there. And so I'm like, I don't want it to get ruined. I set it down and I go bike for a little more. like fully not realizing like what's happening right now. And then I go and return the bike because I'm like, oh, it's getting really bad. And then I walk back and like our entire entrance is just flooded. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so we've had the full experience, really.
I was going to say, you have experienced it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is...
We went to the Caribbean, too. Is that... See, I don't even know. Wait, no. Is that Puerto Viejo? No. We went to... Where did we go on the Caribbean?
Well, that's the Caribbean coast.
Oh.
Yeah. That whole, like, it's called Limon. There's downtown Limon, and then there's the
yes.
Limon.
Sorry, I'm getting confused. Yes, because we went to Liberia as well one weekend, and the rest of them went to Tamarindo, and I keep thinking that I went to Tamarindo, but I didn't go to Tamarindo.
Okay.
We went to Liberia, and we actually went for the Dia de Anexión.
Oh, you did?
For,
Oh, yeah. Because you were here for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That was really, we saw a bullfight. We watched them do the thing. We went to the
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. And which is different here than it is in Spain.
Yes.
With here, the bull lives.
We Googled that while because we were like, what are we even about to like watch? What's going to happen? And then they said that it was different.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's different. And it even gets a little, I don't know how to say it other than a little bit campy when it is the New Year around, I think it starts in December and through to the New Year. There is actually a televised, just day after day after day of bullfighting. And it happens in this kind of like this like stadium kind of bull ring that's in an area of San Jose called Zapote. And so if you look it up on the internet, you'll see tons of videos. And so there's just people, bull fighting or bull running. It might even translate to here. It's weird, but they have, and I've been here long enough where I've seen it kind of like evolve over the years. I mean, I kind of stopped watching it because it's kind of just repetitive. And then it gets, like I said, I'm like, this is getting a little campy. This is getting a little silly, even for me. But they try to keep it interesting by doing little contests and these little kind of things to keep it interesting. Because actually the bulls, they get kind of tired pretty quickly.
Okay, so that's what we were wondering. We were like, why does it look like the bull is like running away from the humans? Like, it like did not, and everyone we've asked, like, do you like this? And they're like, yeah, like, I love it. And we were just we ended up leaving like not too long after it started because it just wasn't what I guess we were like thinking it was. And it was kind of like sad after a while because the bull looked like it wanted to go. Like the bull looked done.
Right.
Yeah.
Tired, just like, okay, I'll just stand here until someone is going to open a gate and tell me I can go. So yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that wasn't like, I got like closure on that wonder. It was a little like, I mean, I've never been to anything like that. And so I was like, oh, like this is nothing like what I thought it was going to be like at all.
Yeah. And the one what happens traditionally, and I don't know if this is an old thing or a new thing, but there's like money involved and you can get money if you like touch the bull or something like that. Yeah. But then there is the risk that you get hurt and then it won't be worth trying to make a couple $100.
They were trying to like pull a bandana off like the like horn or something,
maybe.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but they were also like touching it too. And the whole thing I was a little lost on, but it was a full experience nonetheless.
Yeah. It's a cool cultural experience to have if you can. And then you get the idea and then you're like, all right, let's go get something to eat.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I'm curious about your host family. How was your host family?
My host family is honestly the best. I've heard like some people like, not like, everyone's had good like host family situations, but sometimes just when you're not like choosing your own food, it can be difficult. But like our mamatica, they call her Coquina. Like that's her nickname. And she spells it with K's, which is like like cocina, but like coquina. And so that's what they call her. Yeah. And she's cooking is like actually like her like identity. I mean, that's her nickname. Yeah. Like last weekend we made empanadas. She made me a birthday cake. Yeah. Tomorrow she's hosting like 3 people from the university, one of our old roommate. Like, we're having like 8 people over for dinner. I have no idea where all the seats are coming from, but she's cooking for them all. Like, right, we left and she was chefing up. She's always cooking like breads and like pastries, and dinner is always so good.
Oh.
Yeah, no, she's the best. And our host dad, he's really sweet too. He's really funny. He was around a lot in the beginning, but recently he's been gone a lot because his mom, like, I guess, like, he takes care of her during the day. She doesn't sleep well without him, which is another like thing I've noticed here. Like, the families, they're like, all of her family, all like 10 of them, except for one that lives out in Miami, like, they live 1 kilometer distance from each other.
Yeah.
And then her daughter down the street, over every day. Their grandson Marcelo, oh, maybe I shouldn't like name drop, but like he's always like over and playing either with a neighbor or there with the grandparents. So yeah, it's been really cool because their family unit is really strong, and so they make us feel like really, like, I guess just they make us feel involved, and then they also make sure that, like, if we need anything, they're like, oh, you guys should go here, you should try this. Like, when we were going to Liberia, their son gave us a recommendation because he's always going there for work. So just super helpful, super sweet, and super hospitable. Like, anytime that's like I have a headache or a stomach ache, she's like, do you want tea? Like, and she's mixing up something for me. So yeah, my host family's been the best. I honestly wish that it's like, I would say the most frustrating thing in this whole experience for me has honestly just been like my level of Spanish, because I just wish I understood more. And like, when they like were, I guess, like, for the program, they told us that like we didn't need to have any prior like Spanish experience, which, like, obviously coming to like a Spanish speaking country, I wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna like need to speak any Spanish, you know what I mean? But like the internship, even, I guess, like, the first day we got there and they were giving us like the whole company rundown all in like Spanish, and I was like, my Spanish just isn't good enough for this. Like, I'm just kind of getting like conversationally like okay, but all like I have no idea. And so that was a really hard day, but yeah, it's been that, working through that frustration and like not just like rage quitting, because sometimes too, like, it's so hard at the end of the day to like still engage in the conversation when your brain feels so fried. And it's like, once I don't understand something, it's hard for me to not just be like, okay, well, I've lost the, like, I can't participate in the conversation anymore. Like, so it's like I have to kind of keep encouraging myself to like, I like can't, I don't know, I guess I came almost with this like expectation, because lots of people talk about how like you come and you'll pick it up, which is like true to an extent, but like you definitely can't like be fluent within like 2 months of living here.
No.
And so that, I think, has been like, and it's mostly, that's been like kind of the difficult part, is that it's like of no one's fault but my own, almost. Like, I mean, I was upset about the kind of like the way that the program was posited a little, because I was like, okay, well, like, you do need a little more like than not like, I have some Spanish background, but like if someone came in with like zero Spanish background, like I have no idea how they would.
You challenge it.
Yeah. And so from that, but also it's like partially me just trying to like redirect the anger of like me not having the necessary skill set to really have the experience that I fully like want. And my roommate is a little better. Like, she can understand most of everything that's like being said, and so it's like difficult for me to kind of like see that, and I'm like, oh, like, I just wish that like I was picking up on all of this, you know. So, but it makes me want to learn it more.
There you go. And then here's your motivation to keep going, not lose what you gained here, and then maybe even improve. But that's, you know, it can all go away really fast if you don't keep it consistently in your life, in your ear, you know, reading it, watching series are fast, but you know, some kind of YouTube video, you know, especially on YouTube, you can slow things down, you can put on the subtitles, and that helps. But yeah, just keep it in your life. Daily if possible, but if you're too busy for daily, at least weekly.
Yeah. I need to, I've been like because it's also such a weird transition point. Like, this has been a buffer for me between, like, college and then trying to go home and, like, find a job. But I mean, also it's kind of weird because I haven't had, like, a quote-unquote summer like it has been, like, working. But nonetheless, this period has been, like, kind of, I'm figuring out kind of all my goals of, like, what I want my life to look like day to day now. And it's filling up with, like, all, like you were talking earlier, the career things. There's so much I feel like I need to learn and I want to learn. And so I'm like, oh, I need to, like, figure out how to, like, learn all these things, teach myself some of these, like, things, and then also be, like, I don't know, because it's so hard also seeing people doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I go, and part of it is, like, it's online, but I feel like I do go online, and there are people that are, like, you know, up and, like, doing all of the things. And I'm like, oh, this is what I want my day to look like. And so, but it's like I try to put it into practice, and I feel it. Again, it goes back to the patience. It's not going to happen overnight. And it's like, I see what I want and I want it to, like, okay, let me just try to do it all the next day. But it takes practice and it takes, like, finding time for it and, like, creating a schedule that works for you. So I'm hoping I'll figure it out. But I get, like, a little anxious that, like, the time of it all, I'm like, oh, by the time I figure it out, I'm gonna lose some of it, which is, like, that's just life. Everything ebbs and flows, you know?
It does.
And I need to, like, become okay with that, I think. But yeah, I'm hoping for all these things to kind of get better. And eventually, like, I would like to come back. I know that some people in the program, like, have said that they don't know that they, like, would. And I don't know that, because I think just the cultural adjustment was a little difficult, like, especially for, like, a type A type of person.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And, like, I'm not like that. So it's been, like, those things haven't been as big of a thing for me. But yeah, I do know that some people have, like, struggled with that.
Yeah. But that struggle, I think that struggle is good because, first of all, it lets those people know that they don't have to have everything just so all the time, and you're not going to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you can maybe take that with you, and then when something doesn't just go exactly how it is, you're like, oh yeah, this reminds me of Costa Rica when things weren't just so and perfectly, you know, followed and happening perfectly, and it was still okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I almost feel that way about some things too. Like, even, yeah, I feel I can relate, I think, some of my experiences back to that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of, I think, experiences it in some ways.
Yep. Very good. Carisela, thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully I didn't ramble, like, too much. I feel like staying on topic sometimes is difficult for me.
No, this is like hang out, chat, you know.
Perfect.
And so, like, I definitely want to check in with you multiple times in the future, and so this will be
Hopefully
cool.
The next time I'm employed.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yes.
So we're hoping all that
Yes.
happens for you.
Thank you.
So that's super cool. And so you leave. What day do you leave?
I live on okay, so, like, I'm here until the 1st, and then my mom's from El Salvador, so we're actually going to El Salvador. Yeah, and we'll go from the 1st to the 6th. I've never been, so I'm super excited. We were supposed to go when I was younger, and then everything kind of got, like, it's kind of, like, not good. She was like, we can't do a trip right now. So I was like, okay.
But now it's like the place to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's had, you know, she's getting the itch. She's had cousins go, and she's like, I was literally born there, like, I need to go back. And I was like, okay, like, we're going. So, yeah, I'm excited. But, yes, leaving Costa Rica, well, I think I will be going to Liberia on Saturday or Sunday. It just kind of depends, I think, on the schedule, my packing, and, yeah. And then my boyfriend will come. He comes on the 25th. We're doing stuff in Liberia, and then we'll go to the La Fortuna area, and then Manuel Antonio as well.
Yeah, very good. Very nice. So it ain't completely over.
No.
You still got a little more.
I've got a little bit of time, a little bit, but yeah. I'm actually, like, contemplating. I'm like, do I bring the laptop to, like, do the job applications, or do I just leave it for a week? Like, I don't know. It's like what you were saying earlier about the take a second. And,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was just getting.
I'm like on the
it's just a
fence.
week.
Like, I don't know.
Just a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So just soak up the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally thinking
It's
about
hard to
it this
do,
morning.
but it's not easier said than done. I get that, but you won't regret giving yourself time to soak it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your advice, I think.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Oh my God, love you. So happy to meet you, and you're a great networker. That you got.
Thank you.
You are good. I noticed that early. I was like, this girl, she doesn't waste time with connecting and keeping the connection, and that is a skill, and you've got it, and it's gonna work out very well for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I've been that was one of my goals actually this summer. That's something I've been working on. So it's good to hear.
Good.
Thank you.
Never stop, and you're masterful at it, and the more you do it, you'll just get better and better at it, and it'll kind of get you maybe where you want to one day.
Yeah.
Because you just never know what'll happen and who you talk to. So just keep talking to people.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we'll be in touch and stuff. And
Are you staying here, do you think? Like,
yeah, I'm happy here. I feel like the longer I'm here, the happier I get. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. If anything changes, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to, if you ever see yourself back here, let me know, and we'll catch up and hang out. So
Awesome. Thank you so much.
thank you for your time.
Yes.